Are you ready for the unexpected? It's a question that rings with a certain urgency as we embark on this new year, 2024. The world around us is shifting, evolving, presenting challenges that demand our attention, our foresight, and our preparedness. Prepping is not merely a hobby or a whimsical pursuit, it's a necessity, a lifeline that stands between us and the unpredictability of life. It's about being ready, not just for the small inconveniences, but for the larger, more daunting disruptions that can turn our world upside down in a blink. Reflect on the past year. The world has shown us that it's not about if, but when the unexpected will strike. Droughts scorched our lands, floods swamped our homes, hurricanes tore through our communities. We've seen the impact of global conflicts, the ripple effects of shipping struggles, and the specter of cyber warfare looms, casting a shadow of uncertainty over our digital landscapes. These events were not mere anomalies. They're a part of the new normal, a stark reminder that the world doesn't wait for us to be ready. They underscore the importance of reassessing our prepping strategies, of understanding that the old ways may no longer suffice in this changing landscape. We've entered an era where water scarcity is a real concern, where protecting our resources from floods and rain is crucial. An era where we must prepare for the harsh bite of cold weather, where stockpiling essentials is not just prudent, but vital. We're living in times when food shortages are not just headlines on a newspaper but a tangible reality that affects us all. And amidst the global conflicts and the rising tide of cyber warfare, we must safeguard our personal protection and communication tools. As we move forward into this year, let's make preparedness our priority. Let's strive to stay ahead of the curve, anticipate the challenges, and be ready to face whatever comes our way. Because in the end, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving, about living our lives with the confidence that we're prepared for the unexpected. The world doesn't wait for us to be ready, so we must always be prepared. Remember the water shortages from last year's droughts? A stark reminder that water, the essence of life, can become scarce in an instant. Droughts are not just weather phenomena, they are a critical factor in our survival strategies. The water scarcity they cause affects everything from our personal hygiene to our food supply. When drought conditions prevail, our regular water sources can quickly dry up. Our gardens and crops, often a lifeline in times of crisis, can wither and die without adequate hydration. The solution? Efficient water storage solutions. These can range from rainwater harvesting systems to large-scale water storage tanks. Even simple solutions like filling up spare containers or investing in water bricks can make a world of difference. But there's another reason we need to think about water storage, and that's wildfires. The devastating wildfires of the past year have shown us just how vital it is to have a surplus water supply, not only for extinguishing fires that may threaten our homes, but also for dealing with the aftermath. When a wildfire sweeps through an area, it can contaminate local water sources, leaving residents without safe drinking water for days, weeks, or even months. So, let's take the lessons we've learned from the droughts and wildfires of the past year and apply them to our preparedness strategies. Assess your water needs. How much does your household use in a day? How about your garden? And don't forget to factor in additional needs in case of a wildfire. Once you've got a figure, aim to store at least that much, and ideally, a bit more. Water storage might not be the most exciting aspect of prepping, but it's undoubtedly one of the most vital. And remember, it's not just about having enough to drink. It's about having enough to cook, clean, grow food, and potentially fight fires. Without water, survival is impossible. Make it a priority. When the rains came, were you ready? Floods and excessive rain can pose significant challenges, particularly for those who are unprepared. These natural events can disrupt our lives, damage our homes, and contaminate our water supplies. But with the right strategies, we can mitigate these risks and protect what matters most. Let's start with the basics. You might not think about it until it's too late, but protecting your water supply from contamination is crucial during periods of heavy rain and flooding. Rainwater can carry bacteria, viruses, and other harmful substances, so it's essential to have a plan to keep your stored water safe and clean. One strategy is to store your water supply in a high, dry place away from potential floodwaters. This could be an elevated shelf or a dedicated water storage room in your home. Additionally, investing in water purification systems can help ensure your water remains safe to drink, even if it comes into contact with floodwaters. Aside from water, it's also important to protect your other essentials from water damage. This includes food, clothing, and important documents. Waterproof containers can be a lifesaver in these situations, keeping your items dry and safe from the elements. There are also simple, cost-effective solutions you can use. For instance, tarps and garbage bags can be used to cover and protect your items. These can be easily stored when not in use and quickly deployed when needed. Finally, it's worth considering how you can protect your home from water damage. Sandbags can be used to create barriers against floodwaters, while waterproofing your home's foundation can help prevent water from seeping in. Remember, preparation is key. By planning ahead and implementing these strategies, you can reduce the impact of floods and excessive rain on your life and your prepping efforts. Water is life, but it can also destroy. Protect what matters. When the winds spun out of control, where did you hide? This isn't a question we often ask ourselves, but it's one we should. The frequency and intensity of tornadoes have been on the rise, making them a critical consideration in our preparedness strategy. Tornadoes are nature's most violent storms. They can obliterate neighborhoods and cause fatalities within seconds. They're unpredictable and their power is immense. But with a solid plan and a safe haven, we can increase our chances of survival. Having a safe haven is paramount. This can be a specially designed storm shelter, a basement, or the most interior room of your home. When choosing your safe haven, consider factors like the structure's resilience and location. Above-ground safe rooms should be bolted to a concrete slab, while below-ground shelters should be watertight and resistant to flooding. What about those who live in mobile homes or structures not designed to withstand a tornado's fury? In these cases, a community shelter or a neighbor's house could serve as your safe haven. The key is to identify this place well before a tornado strikes, and to ensure everyone in your household knows where it is and how to get there. Now, let's talk about our family evacuation plan. A well-thought-out plan can make the difference between chaos and calm when disaster strikes. This plan should include a safe route to your safe haven, a communication strategy, and a list of essential items to grab on your way out. Remember, tornadoes can strike with little to no warning, leaving you with only minutes to act. So, rehearse your plan with your family regularly, ensuring everyone knows what to do and where to go. Consider investing in a weather radio too. These radios can provide real-time updates and warnings, giving you precious extra minutes to get to safety. Preparedness isn't just about gathering supplies, it's about planning, practicing, and adapting. The more prepared you are, the better your chances of navigating a tornado safely. Safety is not a place but a prepared mind. As we continue to prepare for tomorrow, let's ensure our minds are ready for whatever Mother Nature throws our way. Stay prepared, my friends, and remember, knowledge is the best tool in our prepping toolbox. When the temperature dropped, did you feel the chill? Extreme cold weather is more than just discomfort. It's a serious challenge that can threaten your survival. As the mercury dips, our need for warmth rises. And in times of crisis, your central heating might not be there to save the day. That's where backup heating sources come into play. Wood stoves, for instance, are a fantastic and traditional way to keep warm. They're reliable, efficient, and if you have access to wood, you've got yourself a virtually unlimited fuel source. Generators, too, can be a lifesaver, powering your home's heating systems when the grid fails. But heat is not just about equipment, it's also about what you wear and what you have to cover yourself. Remember, clothing is your first line of defense against the cold. Invest in quality warm clothing and always have an abundance of blankets on hand. After all, cold is an enemy we can defeat with preparation. When the shelves were empty, did you have enough? That's the question we need to ask ourselves as we navigate the world of 2024. Last year, we experienced unprecedented shipping delays that left many without the essentials they needed. From everyday items to vital resources, the shipping struggles of the past year have taught us that we can't always rely on the convenience of modern supply chains. So, what's the solution? Well, it's time to consider a prepper pantry haul. Let's take a moment to picture our pantry. Is it stocked with the basics? Flour, sugar, canned goods, pasta, and rice? Good. Now let's think beyond the basics. Do we have enough to sustain ourselves and our families for weeks, even months, in the event of a prolonged disruption in the supply chain? The key is to stockpile a variety of essentials, not just food items. Think about hygiene products, first aid supplies, tools, batteries, and the like. These items are often overlooked until they're needed, which in the middle of a crisis could be too late. And remember, it's not just about quantity, but also quality. When selecting items for your prepper pantry haul, opt for durable, long-lasting goods. Consider items with a long shelf life or those that can be used in multiple ways. For instance, baking soda is not only an essential baking ingredient but can also be used for cleaning, deodorizing, and even as a fire extinguisher. Building up a stockpile doesn't happen overnight. It requires planning, budgeting, and regular maintenance, but the peace of mind it brings is invaluable. Knowing that you have enough to weather the storm, whatever that may be, provides a sense of security in an increasingly unpredictable world. So, as we move forward in 2024, let's take the lessons of the past year and use them to better prepare for the future. Shipping struggles may continue, but with a well-stocked prepper pantry, we can face these challenges head-on. In an unpredictable world, having enough is having power. When the food exports stopped, did your stomach growl? That's a question we'd rather not face, but the reality of food shortages is a critical part of our preparedness conversation this year. From droughts affecting agricultural yield to geopolitical tensions disrupting global supply chains, our food sources are under siege. The solution? Stockpiling non-perishables. Non-perishable foods are the superheroes of your pantry. They come with a long shelf life, require no refrigeration, and provide vital nutrients. Rice, wheat, canned fruits, vegetables, and meats, dry goods like beans and lentils, freeze-dried foods, and powdered goods are all excellent options. But remember, while variety is the spice of life, it's also crucial for maintaining a balanced diet. Stocking up on a diverse range of food types ensures you get all the necessary vitamins and minerals your body needs. Now let's talk about food storage. Each method comes with its pros and cons. Canned foods are convenient, but they can be heavy and take up a lot of space. Dry goods are lightweight and compact, but they often require water to prepare. Freeze-dried foods are light, easy to store, and retain most of their nutritional value, but they can be pricier. You also need to consider your cooking methods during times of crisis. Do you have a way to cook that rice or those dry beans if the power's out? A camping stove and a supply of fuel could be a lifesaver. Remember, successful stockpiling is about more than just buying in bulk. It's about strategic planning. Rotate your stock to keep it fresh, store food you actually enjoy eating, and always keep an eye on your inventory. And finally, don't forget about water. You can live for weeks without food, but only a few days without water. So make sure you're also stockpiling enough water for drinking, cooking, and hygiene. Hunger is a battle we must always be ready to fight. And with proper planning and smart stockpiling strategies, you'll be well equipped to win that battle, no matter what the future holds. When tensions rose, could you protect and communicate? In an era of escalating global conflicts, the importance of personal protection and communication cannot be overstated. It's not just about being ready for physical confrontations. It's about ensuring you have the means to connect with the outside world, to stay informed, to reach out for help, and to keep your loved ones close even when you're miles apart. Consider investing in tools like radios and walkie-talkies. They may seem outdated in our age of smartphones, but these devices can become lifelines when conventional communication channels fail. Solar chargers and hand-crank radios can provide you with a reliable source of power and information even in the most dire circumstances. And don't forget about personal protection. No, we're not suggesting you turn your home into a fortress, but a reasonable level of security is prudent. In times of conflict, communication is your strongest ally. When the servers went down, could you still pay? This question is not hypothetical anymore. With the rising tide of cyber warfare, it's a reality we might have to face sooner than we think. Cyber attacks can cripple banking systems, payment processors, and online transactions, leaving us in a financial gridlock. But there's a way to navigate this digital deadlock. Physical currency. Physical currency, or items suitable for bartering and trading, could be our lifeline in such scenarios. Think about it. If digital transactions are off the table, how would you purchase essentials? Cash, precious metals, or tangible goods could fill in the gap. From canned goods to camping gear, consider what items would hold value in a crisis. Bartering is not a novel concept. It's an age-old practice that has helped societies survive through times of crisis. So, while we embrace the digital age, let's not forget the value of the physical. In a digital world, physical assets can be your lifeline. In this ever-changing world, are you ready for tomorrow? As we navigate through the unpredictable seas of 2024, our preparedness is our lifeline. We've delved into the increasing concerns of water scarcity due to droughts, urging you to reassess your water needs and explore efficient storage solutions. Remember, our gardens might need more water, but they also provide us with food, making water storage all the more critical. We've examined the threats of floods and excessive rain, emphasizing the importance of safeguarding your water supply. Simple tools like tarps and garbage bags could become your best friends in keeping things dry. Tornadoes are becoming more frequent, and having a safe haven is no longer a luxury but a necessity. Don't forget to update your family evacuation plan and identify a safe location and route to ensure your family's safety. Bracing for extreme cold weather, we've highlighted the need for backup heating sources such as wood stoves or generators. Remember, ensuring you have adequate warm clothing and blankets is just as crucial. With shipping struggles continuing to plague us, stockpiling essentials becomes a must. Don't delay your prepper pantry haul. Remember, if stores can't receive goods, neither can you. Food shortages are a harsh reality in our world today. Stocking up on non-perishables ensures you're prepared for an unpredictable future. And remember, food storage isn't just about quantity but also variety. Canned foods, dry goods, freeze-dried and frozen foods, and powdered goods all have their place in your pantry. In an era of global conflicts and cyber warfare, personal protection and communication tools become vital, as does having physical currency for potential banking disruptions. As we prepare for tomorrow, remember to stay ahead of the curve. The world is changing, and so should our preparedness strategies. It's not just about surviving, but thriving in the face of adversity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay prepared, stay safe.